Hello, what's up? How's it going? This is Hawkeye broadcasting to you live from Fargo, North Dakota. It's an exciting evening for StarCraft tonight as we have the Confederation in a clan war against my own rival gaming. Um Not really much to discuss here. There was a clan war between us last Saturday, but looks like the Confederation is looking for some revenge because they didn't like losing. I believe it was 5-3, and so yeah, that's they're gonna look to get their revenge tonight. But can rival pull out another win? We'll just have to find out. So details are different, a little bit different. It's gonna be best of 9 all kill format tonight, and we're gonna see if we're gonna see the same players duke it out, or if there's gonna be new players introduced this round. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty exciting. The hype is real for Friday night, and a little bit more rested than I was last night, so we might actually see a decent cast from me tonight. So, in case you're wondering, I have been pretty busy lately, so I haven't had a chance to stream individual StarCraft games, but make no mistake that things will be coming soon. A lot of movement's going to be happening, a lot of stuff happening behind the scenes, a lot of stuff happening in my personal life, all that jazz, so forth, so forth, so forth. So, what can we say? What can we say? So, if we were to look in this clan chat, let's see all the rival and Confederation members here. And there's 22 of us in this channel, so a lot of people. But it looks like we're seeing a lot of the same people from both teams, actually. Some of them are in game, some of them are not, and such. So, it looks like we're gonna get things kicked off here, and we're gonna see who Rival Gaming and the Confederation are gonna stand for the first play. Hold on, I got to take care of this. So, alright, that's taken care of. Looks like we're gonna start with Overgrowth as the first map, and we're gonna figure out who our upcoming players are gonna be for this match. So, it looks like from the Confederation, Spyro is gonna be our first player. And it looks like from Rival Gaming, we're going to have Revelations. So, pretty exciting matches are going to come up. And we're going to get this thing rolling here in just a few moments as we're getting our players set up in the lobby. So, Revelations versus Spyro. Revelations is a Protoss player from Rival Gaming. He's currently Diamond, and if we look at his stats a little bit, we'll see that he is currently, it looks like under the 50 mark, but if I can see this properly, he's under the 50 mark, but he hasn't played too many games, so looks like 11 games at this point. So he's 9-2, and he's at the 26. Or excuse me, I saw that border wrong. He's at rank 26 right now, so with 11 games. So our other player, Spyro, he's a Terran player, and Revelation's actually a Zerg player. I got him confused with someone else. But if we look at his stats right now, he's played 47 games and won 20 of them, so a little bit under the 50% mark, but he is also number 39 in his division, which is Monolith Edda. So this game's gonna start here pretty soon. We see Revelations is ready, and so is Spyro, and the countdown is gonna begin. So our first match in this best of 9 clan war between the Confederation and Rival Gaming is about to kick off. So, alright, first map is Overgrowth. Pretty standard map from the ladder. It wasn't featured in the last season's map pool, so everyone is well aware of what this map is, and it's pretty well known for being the macro map. So this is going to be a pretty exciting matchup to start this game off. A Zerg vs Terran, the classic matchup that we all love and hate. So here we go. Why Chuck E. Cheese's? So, spotting in the top right hand corner, it is from the team, the Confederation. It is none other than the red Terran player, Spyro. And in the bottom left hand corner, our blue Zerg, the first player from Team Rival Gaming, looking to defend the honor of Rival. It is none other than Revelations. So, last time I casted Overgrowth, my camera was actually tilted, so it looked like this the whole time, and it was just kind of a weird sort of like casting was just kind of funny, and just didn't really make sense to me because it was just like my camera glitched or something like that. So it's good to be viewing things normally, just like just like how the game should be. And we're gonna go ahead and see this match kick off. Nothing special about either of these players' builds right now. It looks like a Barracks is gonna start off first from Spyro, and then he'll go ahead and get his gas at about 13 or 14 supply, and then go ahead and get his first Reaper, and go so forth, so forth. So Revelations getting up to the 15 drones. He's about 185 minerals, so it's time to send that worker to get his fast expand starting right there. So pretty standard for the Terran vs Zerg matchup, going 15 hatch, getting that expansion before pool, and to go Barracks first before the reactor. So pretty standard at this point. We're going to see what kind of build that the Zerg player is going to do, if he decides to put down a spawning pool a little bit later, or if he's going to get gas before that. We don't know, but now we do. He is getting a spawning pool at 15. So still pretty standard. Not too much to note here. What's going to be fun to see is that if either player gets any deviations outside of currently what's considered standard in the map pool. And by the map pool, I mean pretty much if they're going to do anything that's different from the meta that currently is, we might see some interesting play. I know both playstyles are pretty much defined at this moment, but you never know what kind of builds you'll see, what kind of strategies you'll see. And then at this level, that's not completely at the pro level, anything can really happen. So Spyro's going to go ahead and get his command center after getting that first Reaper. So usual Reaper expand, follow up by a reactor. I would suspect that the factory is going to be coming up soon for Spyro as well, that after this. So then he'll go into Hellions, and then, you know, the standard Zerg meta will occur. So Reaper's going to come in, looking to get the drone away, but he does lose that drone. So 1 kill so far for this Reaper. He might even get 2. There he goes. He gets 2. So Reaper's going to go around and try to avoid these lings and off creep. The Reaper is faster, but it looks like he's just going to get out. Queen spawns just in time in the main, so we're not. The Queen's not going to be able to take out the Reaper. So Reaper's still doing its own thing. He's going to go scout some more now that he's regenerated all of his health. And we do see the factory and Marines being made back at the Terran base. So pretty standard still at this point. Zerg is continuing to get more Queens and drone up, but we also do see that there's double gases from our Zerg player, so he's gonna look to tech pretty quickly here. So we're gonna have to see what he's gonna do with that gas. So reactor for the factory, so the Hellions are gonna start getting pumped up, orbital commands being created, you know, so forth. The Terran actually has a second gas, but forgot to put workers in that gas besides the default worker. So he's not getting the most gas income right now, but he has that second gas. So at any moment he could transition into getting that more gas to be able to boost his own economy at this point. So Reaper is going to try to continue getting some scouting, but there's going to be a Queen there to defend. He's going to get the scouting, but he's not going to get any more drone harass. So Queen's coming up. He's looking to take out the Reaper, and the Reaper is not actually going to get microed, so the Reaper will just kind of end up dying there. So 2 evolution chambers being created. This is going to create a wall off for any Hellion harassment, so they can't get past and get some drone snipes. So bunker in the front to stay safe, and we're going to see that Banshees are actually being created in the starport with Cloak on the way. So Banshee opener, again, another thing that's pretty common these days. It'll be really exciting to see the Banshee have its have kind of the boosts, have some of the buffs that Legacy of the Void has predicted. I think they recalled some of them after having them tested, but it is kind of exciting to see Banshee use again, or not necessarily Banshee use, but just the fact that you can do a little bit more with Banshees. It's not just like you get there at the beginning of the game and then you transition into other units. Like, it has some late game utility, or that's kind of the intent that Blizzard's looking to do. So exciting to see if that actually works out, or if Blizzard's going to let their game die off. But that's a whole completely different story. So interesting thing to see is that there are roaches coming out from our Zerg player. The Roach Warren is right here, and we do see the Banshee is actually starting to do its damage as well. So Cloak is almost finished up. It has about 10 seconds to go, and that'll be about enough time for the Banshee to come back in and do some damage. But it looks like it's just gonna go back home for now. So not too much damage with that Banshee. It hasn't paid for itself yet, but still a solid opener from the Terran player. We do see the transition to a Widowmine. And we're seeing the continued usage of getting Marauders and Marines as well. So he's going to start building up his bio and kind of take this biomechanical approach to his for this. So did he scout the Roach Warren though? Yes, he did. So he knows that his opponent is going for roaches. So he is getting that +1 Zerg missile attack. So he's looking to commit to this, and it looks like he's actually looking to push out a little bit. But these Banshees, they're just going to pick off these roaches. So if he looks like he's making 7 roaches, and he's going to continue to pump out roaches, and especially with roach speed that just finished up, it looks like he's just going to go for kind of a roach bust. The Widowmine is going to discharge and do some splash damage on some of the roaches, and kill one of the roaches, but you know, there's just a lot of Marauders here, so these roaches are going to get pushed back. Plus the Banshees are just giving free damage at this point, so not the best kind of opener from our Zerg player Revelations, but it did kind of force the Terran player to play a little bit safely. So maybe something that's worth noting is that they're both on 2 base. So this roach almost picked off. Has 27 health left. We do see another scan down in the main, so he's seeing if he's going to commit to a hydrogen, and he does actually see that hydrogen. I don't know if he actually clicked on it, but he does see it, and it's kind of the logical conclusion at this point to go to if you're actually committing into +1/+1. And we even see +2/+2 at this point. The Spyro is almost completed as well, so that could be something. And Banshees are actually going to harass this this base, and good that the cancel gets taken off, but what can you do at this point? So Queen's coming in, they're gonna snipe. Oh, are they gonna get, oh, they get one of the Banshees, so that's not everything the Zerg player can do to get a little bit of an advantage is something that Zerg's gonna be able to capitalize on. Not majorly, but it's like every penny counts sort of philosophy at this point. So roaches are gonna move out again, but we see that there are a large amount of marauders waiting already, and they're even moving out, so seeing if that's the case. We're gonna see if the roaches could get some damage done when the marauders aren't here. But most likely what's happening is that he's moving out, looking to secure his third base, because I believe I saw the command center being created. There it is. And then he's gonna go ahead and expand. So Zerg player is about halfway done with his expansion right there, so nothing really too much to note except for that he's going Hydras. This should add a little bit more TPS on for this army, but with all the marauders that are there, it's kind of it's going to be hard to deal with just roaches at this point. So we do see that Hydra speed is 20 seconds away from being done, so there should be a lot more maneuverable at this point. So another scan coming down. He's checking for a third base. He doesn't see it, so he knows that this base is being taken, and he's going to look to try to get a cancel at minimum for this base. So Terran player has siege tanks here. We do see the full army stim, and the siege tanks are going to set themselves up and get some siege fire down. So trying to get this engagement. The siege tank is just doing a lot of damage here, and we see those marauders are just so good at taking out buildings and bases. So we see more of the Zerg army trying to get that tank, but that's just going to be too much bile at this point. Like, this army is just ripped apart, and that's going to actually be GG. So GG Spyro. Confederation starts us off with winning the first match on Overgrowth in this TVZ. So, awesome game. We do see that Rival did lose this first game, so Rival Gaming is going to be looking to